Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Saganovich, and this is a brand new day, brand new week, and even a brand new month. So today I have a great big brand new topic for you on Miracles with Mary Ellen. My topic today is very powerful, and it is the topic of forgiveness. Forgiveness is very powerful medicine. When life is hard, there is nothing more effective than forgiveness for deep healing of old wounds. Most people have many misconceptions about the true nature of forgiveness. What it really means. Forgiveness does not come easily. It is possible to achieve when you understand it and have the right tools and are willing to put forth the effort to make forgiveness happen. So let's look at forgiveness. What is forgiveness and why does it matter? Well, forgiveness is actually about goodness. It's about extending mercy to those who have caused you pain, including yourself. Most of us need to forgive ourselves much more than any other person we've ever dealt with. Forgiveness can heal you and allow you to move on, living a life of purpose and meaning. Forgiveness aids in your psychological and emotional healing. You forgive because it is the best response in any situation. What was one of the last things Christ said on the cross? He said, "Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do." So you must become forgiving. Okay, what do I mean by this and how do you do it? Well, all of you know how exercise helps your muscles to stay in shape. This is also true about forgiveness workouts. Okay, what is a forgiveness workout? It's when you set aside time every day to look at your life, to look at you, and to say, what do I need to forgive myself for? What do I need to forgive someone else for? You make a commitment during your day to do no harm, not to talk negatively about anyone else. And if you're on social media and you see any of those negative posts, don't answer them, don't read them, just go to another site. And no gossip. That is extremely evil. That is so far away from God. Recognize that every person is unique, special, and irreplaceable. Show love in small ways every day. Listen to a child read a story to you. Say hello in a grocery store to a grocery store clerk or wherever you go and someone's helping you. And yes, even with a mask on, you can say hi, you can say have a nice day, you can say please, you can say thank you, and you can say excuse me if you tend to get in their way. I know I'm always getting in somebody's way. And this is a big one. Refrain from honking your horn at a driver who cuts you off. Understand that if they cut you off, that's their garbage. Don't make it yours. And don't honk your horn at someone who might be going slowly in front of you. Maybe they're lost, maybe they're new in town, maybe it's a new driver, maybe it's an elderly person. They might be dealing with a lot of other things. And hold your tongue when your spouse snaps at you. Understand that when they snap at you, it's not loving, it's fear-based. Let it go for a while and come back and say, hey, how can I help you? What can I do to make your day better? Okay, you must also address your inner pain. This is pain you've been carrying around behind you, in that bag that you drag behind you like that, This is pain that you've been carrying around for years. It's pain that you think, oh, yeah, that hurt me when I was a kid. I'm all over it. It's done. Well, unless you learned from it, that old misplaced pain is going to come back to haunt you. And if someone else might say something to you and it triggers something and it triggers you to react instead of respond, okay? That is that old pain that you didn't learn from coming back to you. So you must always learn from any kind of pain that you've gone through. Forgive yourself, forgive them. The more hurt you have incurred in your life, the more important it is to forgive, simply for the purpose of emotional healing within yourself. The other person probably doesn't even know you're still holding on to this pain, and they probably don't even care. So if you're holding on, and what really amazes me about people that I hear sometimes from my clients, they're holding on to pain from loved ones have caused them, and the loved one has already crossed over, as I say, or gone to God. And they're still holding on to that pain that person caused them. Well, that really is a waste of time. Forgive yourself, forgive them, look at their life, and I'll get to that in a minute. Have a forgiving mind is part of this. Look at the details of the person's life who hurt you, and try to put yourself in their shoes. This helped me a lot with my mother. Try to understand why they did what they did. And I like to think that everyone's doing the best they can, even when it doesn't look like it. Especially when it doesn't look like it, you need to reach out with compassion and kindness and generosity and all kinds of love, because love breaks fear. You also have to find meaning in your hurtful experience you went through. I was talking about that a few seconds ago. You have to learn from that hurtful experience, because without seeing meaning in this experience, you'll lose your sense of purpose. You begin to feel hopeless and depressed, and you don't know why. And it's because you're carrying around that emotional pain that you haven't forgiven yourself for, and you haven't forgiven other people for. You know, your suffering is not necessary. Christ did that for us on the cross. What is necessary is, what did you learn from the experience? And I know when I was growing up, my mother had that martyr syndrome. You know what I'm talking about? When she comes to you and goes, well, I didn't have clothes like this growing up. And my father was like, oh, I didn't have shoes growing up. I had to walk to school with shoes in my holes in my shoes. That's the martyr syndrome. And we don't want that anymore in our society. It's hard that they had to go through those times, and let's make it better for everybody else. When forgiveness is hard, ask for help. If you are dealing with a deep injustice, something that's really hard, it's hard to see the lesson you must learn. And it's also difficult to let go and forgive. That's okay. Time heals. Allow yourself time to heal. Stay away from the refusal to forgive. You know, a lot of times my clients will say, well, you know, that was so bad, that was so hard. No, I just can't forgive. You know, they're going through a divorce, and no, I'm never going to forgive, never going to forgive. And I understand what they mean. In my first divorce, I was like that. I was like, how could this happen? And you have to forgive to find peace and to find the loving relationship that I now have with Pete. So when my clients tell me that they can't forgive, I tell them, you can. Why don't you want to? What is holding you back? What are you getting from holding on to all this negativity? And the most important part, forgive yourself. This is your most important step. Forgive yourself for listening to someone who wanted to invest your money and then they lost it all. Forgive yourself for doing something to someone else that you would never want done to you. Honor yourself as a person. At times, as you forgive yourself, you may have to ask the other person for forgiveness to right the wrong. You might call them up and say, hey, you know, I'm really sorry this happened. And they might say to you, well, you know, I don't ever want to hear from you again, and click, hang up. That's okay. You reached out with love. You did your part. They have theirs. Allow them to be and let go. A sincere apology, free of conditions or expectations, goes a long way towards healing both parties. You know, forgiveness always lightens the heart, bringing joy to your life and peace to your world. Now here is your affirmation for the miracle of forgiveness. I forgive myself for my past decisions and actions. I exchange my shame and anger for self-love and compassion. I forgive others because I forgive myself. Once again, the affirmation for forgiveness is, I forgive myself for my past decisions and actions. I exchange my shame and anger for self-love and compassion. I forgive others because I forgive myself. Thank you so much for being with me on Miracles with Mary Ellen. I'll be back Wednesday for my Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment. Don't forget to connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com, where either one of these books, Healing Words, Life Lessons to Inspire, or Truth, Taking Responsibility Unleashes True Healing, are available, and they're also available on Amazon. Connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com, and I'll see you later in the week. And of course, next Monday for another Miracle with Mary Ellen topic. Have a great day. Bye-bye.